I'm going to be expressing and explaining the concept of Hermetic astrology. I believe that many astrologers haven't covered that section of astrology, and it's very important to understand how the planets interact with the soul. The soul is on a constant journey throughout the cosmic universe. So we have to understand how is the soul being affected by the planets, as we would call them. The planets are the deities are the gods. These are actually aspects of the universe expressing itself upon us. So what is happening is we have a contract with these planets, and those planets interact with us and tell us what it is that we must achieve, what it is that we must express in order to come out of the contract that we're in. Now, each planet that we reside on has a contract attribute to the aspect of energy that is giving itself to the soul. So in this present lifetime, we're talking about Earth. We are cosmically always on a journey. So as we know, Earth is our destination. We have chosen to interact with this plane in order for us to evolve as souls. So it's very important to know and understand why we chose this lifetime, or why we chose this specific moment of birth time. In the introduction of this, I will first be touching upon the two main influences which influence us every day. Some might be aware and some may not be aware, but we are all in cosmic relationship to it and always are aware of it. So when we look at the sun, we're looking at the solar aspect, and when we look at the moon, we're looking at the receptive aspect. So we're going to look at these two major planets, and we find it very important. You know, we have to look at those planets in order for us to begin surfing the rest of the cycle of the planets in the stars. So these are the two major ones that we're going to be talking about in Hermetic astrology. Hermetic astrology is also closely related to esoteric astrology. And obviously, when we look at esoteric astrology, we look at, you know, the soul's journey, as well as, you know, the aspect of the planes of existence that it's residing on at this present moment, and how it works in relations to it. So first, let's begin with the sun. Right, before I begin, I would like to also say that each planet represents a player. They are the deities, so they are the players. So the planets give you the answers to how you perform, right? How you perform. So we first need to understand what the sun is. In astrology, the sun represents our ego. The sun represents how we express ourselves. When we look at esoteric astrology, the sun represents our present state of consciousness. When we're talking about the present state, we're talking about what we have learned to become that. So our present state of consciousness is the sun. This is now our evolution process. So this is the point that we have absorbed in order for us to have become that, which is that point. The sun also represents our focus point, how we focus, you know, how we put where we put our energy into. Also, when we look at ancient deities, we look at Horus being the light, you know, which gives us light in the morning. You know, when we look at esoteric astrology, we look at rhythm. Rhythm is an important sector of Hermetic astrology. For those that are not familiar with what Hermetic is, just before I go into rhythm, Hermetics is about aligning with the planes of existence. We are governed by those laws. Some say there are 7 laws, okay, others state that there are 9 laws, others state that there are 11, and so forth. But based upon the Kabbalion, or some would call it Jehuti's book or Tehuti's book, the Book of Wisdom, it talks about those major laws, and those laws are expressed and they teach us about how what we think we project, and what we project we feed back upon ourselves. They teach us how the universe is or should I say the all is in connection to the universe. In relation to that, we are minds. So our mind is in the womb of a cosmic mind, which is a bigger mind. So this is what it's trying to tell us. Here, what I'm trying to express is how the energies, which are those laws, they are cosmic laws which have to be respected, or else they will show you what time it is. Now, when we look at those cosmic laws, we have to understand that they all interact with one another. They have a relationship to one another. They work in correspondence to one another. So what I was trying to say earlier was about a rhythm, and the aspect of the sun's journey through a rhythmic pattern. So what is happening here is the sun obviously rises and falls, so it has its dark side and it has its light side. And in rhythm we talk about how everything vibrates in a way where it has a wave pattern, it has a pattern, it has a rhythm, it has a flow between, it has to flow in and out. The masters of Hermetics were the ones that were able to stand at one point throughout rhythm. So while the rhythm is doing its motion, the master would be able to stay positioned in the center, to polarize himself in the center of rhythm. So now when we look at the sun's energy, now how it affects us, you know, in the morning we have energy, in the evening we tend to lose our energy and we need to go to sleep. These are transformation of the bigger sun. So when we look at the bigger sun, we're just seeing the position of the cosmic journey that we have chosen. So that cosmic journey that we have chosen is based upon a bigger sun, and that bigger sun is obviously linked to where it is at the moment. A lot of people have been talking about the sun's position being moved to, or the year that we're moving is in a bigger aspect to the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is obviously a transformation of age, and is important in relations to what we've been living in the last 2,000 years. We've been in the age of Pisces. Yeah, I don't want to throw too much off track myself into talking about this aspect, but we were dealing with the age of Pisces. The age of Pisces was dealing with delusion, religion, confusion, hidden enemies, the government, that type of aspect, hidden societies, secret societies, hidden through, you know, through the sign of Pisces. Pisces represents the swimmer. I call it the swimmer. In the body, Pisces rules the feet, and the feet are linked with the mermaid, you know, and linked with walking. It's our connection, which is the last sign in the zodiac as well, which connects us all within the whole physical body. This is where we ground ourselves, where we feed and feel the electromagnetic field. So this is what Pisces represents. But now when we're looking at what I was talking about was about the galactical transformation, and obviously, you know, the sun itself, as we see, as we know, has also a journey, and its journey is in is in a cosmic self of its own, as we are on a journey of a cosmic self of our own. Yeah, so this is how it works. So, like I was saying, it's moving to a next age, and the age is Aquarius, and that is the solar's journey through the cosmic ages, and it's moving to it's realigning itself to remember itself into knowing that age. Now, us as a soul, when we look at the rhythm pattern of how these energies manifest themselves, we are not just looking at the point that we are in, but we are looking at the point that the galactical sun is moving into as well. So we have to be centered, in a sense, to be able to balance ourselves through the journey of the galactical speed. Because what happens is, right, see, I don't want to confuse too many people, but let's get straight down to the picture. I mean, what happens is we are constantly being targeted by the galactical sun influencing us on the ego aspect into its journey. However, we have a soul's journey. We only are on earth to fulfill a destiny. Should I say a lesson? Because I don't actually believe that we have an actual destiny, but I actually believe that we have a journey which we choose, and at the same time we have a contract, and the contract are with the planets. So as the sun is influencing us, we have chosen this age and time to come in, but to also be able to control the rhythm of the planets.